Hello, everybody, Storm here, and welcome back to Crusader Kings II, the Horse Lord Mega Campaign. In the last episode, we finished up our raiding along the European coast, brought the loot back home and used it to build a whole bunch of stuff. And then we went ahead and usurped a war that one of our vassals was fighting by kind of taking it over, so that we could gain control of the territory that was conquered, which was down in here. I'm actually still debating as to whether or not I want to keep this or get rid of it. Not sure. I mean, keeping it wouldn't be terrible. And then we went ahead and we actually changed the law to gain absolute crown authority. We were trying to find the law that would let us control who our vassals can and cannot go to war with. But it's not there, and I'm thinking it's because that our council is empowered. Which happened while we were in Regency, and there's really nothing I could do about it. But I still have the council support of the people that we requested council support from before. So, I still have their support. So I have enough to go ahead and abolish council power. It'll get rid of the advisor stuff. You know, which having those advisors is nice. But, you know, I would rather... There it is, King's Peace. Okay. Yeah, that is what it is. Yeah, so what this is a vassal peace. Vassals may no longer fight among each other in the realm's de jure territory, and vassals can no longer fight each other. And then we have vassals can no longer wage any wars at all. Let's see. We can do it. But it's going to take 50 years before we can change the laws. So, we're just going to put up with it for a little while. Alright, I noticed that we have this nomad agitation down here. My wife, Karasik, was captivated by the grace and strength of the hunting birds and begged for a bird. A falcon would serve you well. And we found out that our wife is barren. So... That's... Oh, you're incapable. Well, I'll have you try to proselytize anyway. So that is not good. I thought that she did get barren. Okay, what all just happened here? Alright, Stuart. We need another court chaplain. Which actually neither of these guys are any good. So let's recruit a court physician. I guess I'll bring you in as chaplain for now. Let's see. Cavalry will top that off and expand light infantry. Now, before I choose what we're going to get here, let's see, castle tax, noble customs, popular customs, religious customs. Just top everything off there. Let's see, requires castle infrastructure to greater or equal to 4. Alright, so castle infrastructure. There we go. Get that up to 4. Which means we can now improve the estates in the castle town. Scouts bring word of a mystic blind man that supposedly works miracles. He appears around the villages and cures all manner of ailments afflicting the peasants. There are even rumors that he made a lame man able to walk again. The peasants call him Vitam the Blind. A gift of gold will convince him to come to your court. He's a mystic. Sure, let's bring him in. I'm looking at Kabar here, and man, you have all this territory here and all these smattering pieces of territory over here. They're a bit of a mess. Yeah, I can't declare these wars because I need Casus Belli. I think created when my manservant claimed to have heard that... Oh. You are interested? Listen turns to night in a grip of passionate dreams, crying out my name. Now my friends are saying it too. She is 18 and of our dynasty. How flattering. Speaking of, one thing I want to keep an eye on here. Search all for women who are not in prison, who are not married, who are of my dynasty, and who are adults. Wow. My new little books arrived, and I can barely fit the new books. Okay, so I will sell the books I already read. Nishit Tamir's apprenticeship has reached its end. He knows enough of alchemy, astrology, and theurgy to be acknowledged as a hermetic scholar in his own rights. As a parting gift, I gave him a tome containing a few of my most well-guarded secrets. I did not pretend to notice the tears in his eyes, but they touched me deeply. And I need a new apprentice. I can bring in... Let's bring in this 19-year-old courtier as an apprentice. Alright, I snuck into the kitchen for my usual night snack. I chanced upon Katyarika. You've been chatting and laughing for hours now, and the words have grown softer and the hands are touching. Suddenly she leans in and whispers softly in my ear. Such a dirty mind. Come then, let's commit a few sins. Alright, let's go for it. If we produce a child, I will legitimize it. Archduke, Shaman, Smear. Okay. Why is my council member? Ah, because it converted. Good. Alright, get you over there, continuing to work on converting these provinces. Okay, to hold a grand tournament, I'm actually not that interested in holding grand tournaments. We have more better things to spend our money on. Castle, town, go for it. Batbarian, your neck knows about my affair. He knows the child she carries is actually mine. Oh, she is pregnant. That's her husband. How embarrassing. Alright, we'll see what comes of it. And I do have a son. But only one heir. Because women, females, are, you know, while they can inherit, it's not ideal. Like, I need to deal with this. Oh, nomad agitation in 2 counties? Oh, that got usurped. Oh, that's new. Okay. Okay, so I have a truce with him. Alright, so now I gotta deal with this nomad agitation. The easiest thing to do is just build castles. Oh, they're in the process of upgrading. A daughter was born. Oh, it's a daughter. Aiton. Okay. I'll legitimize her. Wow, she has diarrhea already. Alright, court faction's mood is improved. Alright, so we need tons more money. So, I think another raiding party is probably in order. Let's see, how big a party can I get? 56 ships? Seven ships. 13 ships. Alright, let's bring these guys over here. Alright, so we got a tribute of gold from our vassals. Good. Truce is expiring with that guy, apparently. Yeah, we're gonna try and get our family to like each other better. Yep, and they did. So I'll have 76 boats. They'd like me to invite me for carousing? Sure. Little Aiton is not like the most other children. You notice that she growls, other children crying quicker and stronger than other children of her age. It's also that sniffing thing she does. You recognize the sign. She's inherited your blood, the blood of wolves. Oh, so she is now of the wolf's blood. Headache and fatigue. I mean, she's still an infant. She's next in line. I need to change the absolute cognatic. Equal counts right. Game rule gender equality has value. I've encountered neophyte Cooper many times while carrying out my duties in the Hermetic Society, and it is always a pleasant occasion. Talk for hours. Alright, yep, I'll make some friends. Alright, we need to make sure that we're educating her. $5,900 troops. Anybody who can raise up a little bit more than that? 1,400 troops? A few days ago, Society member Conclave told me that he had written a paper on theurgic rituals and handed me a copy to review. Reading through it, it is apparent that do I see fit to endorse it? It's apparent that something. Alright, I'll endorse it. Okay, I gotta think about how this is gonna happen. Because I can't get to this. Let's see, for another 8 years. Right, the private rooms of Chief Benek. There's plenty of food. Yeah, alright, we're carousing. Alright, we made friends. No vassals are fighting each other. Who's fighting each other? Somebody have a revolt? Holy War for Polotsk. You can Holy War? I can't Holy War. Or, no, you're going to war with this guy. Oh, for the duchy, so you're going to war for this. Yeah, I have raised army levies. Should I let him have it? That's the question. De jure kingdoms. I don't really want him to have it. I don't think there's really anything I can do about it right now. Well, let's go raiding. And I think we're going to go raiding in the Mediterranean, and I'm going to see if I can raid Rome. I don't have any territory in the Black Sea yet, so... Oh. I realized I just did. I didn't flag them as raiders. I gotta bring them back. That's annoying. Seduction in the Wild. As a festive outing in the wild, I found myself alone with this person. Siltanesi. By stream, my friends and servants having seemingly deserted me. Hours must have passed while I laughed and talked with her. Suddenly, she leans and whispers softly in my ear, "You are not anything I am interested in." So I'm going to decline that one. Actually, could I, like, land those boats somewhere here? No, apparently not. Could I land the boats, like, there? No, I can't. I can travel in the rivers, but I can't actually make landfall there. Flag is raiders. There we are. Now we're going to head down here. Spending more time with my wife? Alright. Marital bliss. A Chalcedonian uprising. Yeah, we still have Chalcedonian rebels up here. We'll get rid of this severe winter first. Let the attrition take its toll. News from China. The emperor has died. Alright, the new emperor believes in open China, and he takes a special interest in Latin Iberian cultures, but frowns on Tibetan cultures. No, I need no help in the war. I am fine. Let's just march straight in. We may take it. Nope, we'll be fine. Alright, while that's going on, we are here. You have not quite... Alright, I'm gonna make landfall here. And then I'm gonna march overland. I need no help. Alright, I'm gonna raid Rome. Alright, we got a tribute of gold. We're not quite, or are we? Can I build the castle? Yes, build the castle. There we go. The Great Famine in China is finally over. Things are returning to normal. The Middle Kingdom seems stable. Alright. Now, laws. Realm laws. Yeah, 1014. The court physician shared some of his latest ideas with me. Yeah, let him write the book. I'll pay for it. Wrong type of holding. Ah, we finished building that city. Alright, good. Alright, Chalcedonian revolt is over. Send the troops home. Our moral authority is up to 43. We're still building up lost holy wars. I wish the other Tengri guys would stop losing holy wars. What I need is for this truce to end so I can take that right there. It's one of our holy sites. Now they're trying to amass some troops. The thing is, I'm probably sitting right on top of where most of their troops probably are. Alright, got another pile of gold. Continue to enforce their subjugation in a tributary state of the Shia Empire. Alright, they're declaring a war. How is our opinion with China? We have 1,000 grace. Having a scholar bureaucrat employment will reduce build cost and build time. I'll request a scholar bureaucrat. Alright. Alright. We've managed to sack Rome. Tusculum. Viterbo. You weren't even present when it happened. Evidently, Batul Zabragan and Khatun Karasik of the Bulgar Empire had some kind of argument during court. Something which has become increasingly vicious over the last several days. Each of them drags more fellow courtiers into their feud. Both have approached you to ask for your support against the other. I will help them work this out. I have good diplomacy. We'll see if we can sort it out. Alright, I've encountered neophyte Patier. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and make friends. Dear colleague, throughout my studies I have found the most fascinating phenomenon from observing the sky. The foundation of the cosmos is hiding somewhere out there. In order to reach higher knowledge, take my advice and study the skies thoroughly. Sure, we'll study the skies. We've done that before. Alright, we've begun studying the skies. Again. And it occurs to me, what can I actually do? Make horoscope. Enables right-clicking on portraits of your children in order to make them a horoscope. Make horoscope. Okay. Well, I've expressed a curious notion over supper this evening. I miss your conversation, my lord. All astronomical phenomenon? No. The many a night observing the skies have become certain that there's a pattern in the movement of the celestial bodies. There's endeavor to rest for the sake of my other duties. Nope, we're gonna keep going for it. The stars hold many secrets, but they are not indecipherable. Using the right instruments and frame of mind, I will uncover the destiny of Princess Aten. Spending many nights analyzing the movements of the stars, I have noticed Mars moving into a sign influencing that of my daughter Aten. I'm fairly certain this indicates that she is destined for the battlefield and a combat prowess uncommon amongst most members of court. Sure. Yeah, we'll go with that. We destroyed the trade post in Rome. How much money we have? 330 gold. But Tom has published the results from his medical investigations. The book has not received any notable attention. Just gathering dust in my library. What a waste of gold. Okay. Chiefess Pekitli has been very cold to me lately. When I approach her about today, she asked me point blank where I was. So let's share some broth from Snout. Options available to you because we have an ingredient in our treasury. Your knowledge of stellar phenomenon increases. Yeah, we'll go for that. Many night observing the skies, I have started charting the patterns of stars. Yep, keep going. The people of Ouija probably never knew why the Emperor chose to attack. Oh. So hold on. My wife, Karasik, just asked me if I'm having an affair with Katarina Volkil. The stunning expression does not reveal whether she knows. Due to my high intrigue skill, I can lie and make her feel guilty for asking. Yeah, we'll go for that. Shut the gates. Is there anything we need to shut the gates for? No. Right. We're paranoid. I keep forgetting we're paranoid. Bishopric of Ostia has been sacked. About the okay, someone died. My mother-in-law died, okay. Chief Moogle has been very cold to me lately. When I approach him, I'll make it up to you. Let us share some broth from intestines. Ew. Get Stellar Navigator given the following effects. Monthly prestige. Okay, yeah, we'll go for that. There many a night observing the skies, I have started charting the patterns of stars. Alright, we're going to conclude our research. My careful observations of Jupiter has finally allowed me to conclude the old projections of the planet's path across the sky has been flawed. With some precise adjustments, I can present a corrected projection. Alright, we've looted everything. We have 431 gold in the treasury. Let's just keep going. Court chaplain, I guess. I'll make you court chaplain. And I want you to get to work proselytizing. Did I get a lot of moral authority out of that? Yeah, we did. 1 Holy Wars. Infidel temples looted. New load of books has arrived. Yep, we'll sell the books. Prince Yanni, Khazarian Princess Sirma, the Bulgar Empire, my daughter, Prince of Khazaria, my eldest, right? Yes. You know, we'll accept that one. Intermarry with one of our vassals, that's fine. Is it 1014 yet? No. Looters have completely destroyed the construction of a trade post in Capua. That's fine. Make sure we don't fill up these ships too much. Strengthen the relationship between our nations. My master has sent me on a mission to your domain. It would honor me to visit your court and The servants of the Protector General are welcome in my realm. Yes, they are. Well, nothing more than friendly relations with our Chinese neighbors. Alright, we're probably good here. Let's go ahead and bring the loot back home. I'll probably call it an episode there once they arrive. Alright, where else did we have... And we're building that castle there. Let's build a castle here. Welcoming feast ends. Libationer Puluhu and I retreat to finish our conversation in private, observing the moon from the palace wall. Suddenly, bright lights streak across the sky and the libationer's visage turns ashen. Bad omen, mutters the translator, and the two men make a hasty departure. We lose 200 grace. Can I send a eunuch? Oh, that would be my really good diviner. No, we're not going to do that. The Kalatal will probably take a little bit too long. Consummere the Dragon has created title Duchy of Polotsk. Okay. So that probably means he now has... Alright, our loot has arrived. Alright, send the troops home. That probably means he does have the de jure claim on here, so I probably now have a Casus Belli. Yes, that I can grab that. We may end up pushing this part of the border a little bit further than it currently is. I mean, we already have. Might as well. We need to get through here. Only thing I have are border disputes, which incur a penalty. Like minus 15 opinion penalty. I'll have to see if I can eat that. I mean, I probably can, actually. Alright, well, we'll see about that. See if we can't... Well, we're definitely going to get this, and then we'll see if we can't take something else while we're at it. Like, maybe take something down here. Alright, but we're going to go ahead and end the episode for now, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.